Hello everybody, this is Mcreator, and today I am going to be going over 10 mods made with the Mcreator mod maker software. Now if you don't know what that is, it's basically a very simple mod maker that avoids all the coding and simply lets you express your creativity. It's often considered to be kind of a breeding ground for slightly worse mods, so people tend to stay away from it, but this video is here to prove that mods can be good when they're made with Mcreator. Now, before we begin, mod links to all of these are in the description if you want to check them out and support the creators and, find out a bit more about the mods than I show. And let's get right into it. First mod I'm going to be showing is the More Glass mod. As you can see, it adds 4 variants to glass, some slabs, a functional door, and a trap door. This might not seem like a lot, but in development are glass colors, stained glass variants of these blocks. So keep an eye out on that if you want some of that pretty nice looking glass, especially the trapdoor. That looks pretty cool. The second mod I'm going to be showing off is the Furnace Tutorial Plus mod. As you can see, there are a bunch of furnaces here. If we get some iron and coal, it's basically a better furnace mod which allows for faster smelting. If we put this in here, you'd see the fuel count go down a bit, and after a few seconds, boom, there it is. It took quite a while, but that's why these other furnace variants are here. If we go up to the diamond variant and put these in like that, you can see it smelts very, very efficiently. And you may be wondering, what is this glass furnace? Well, it basically is the same as the diamond furnace in terms of speed, but it's very aesthetically pleasing with the glass and the see-through and everything. Alright, moving on. Next we have a very simple mod, the More Clay mod, I think it was called. Whatever, there's a link in the description, the actual name will be there. So you can see it adds armor that you can make out of clay. And the special thing about this mod is that if I get some coal here, put the clay sword in the furnace, you can see it starts to smelt. And once the smelting is finished, you can see it smelts into a brick sword, which is better and more durable than the clay sword. This alone is a very interesting concept, but if you take this concrete ball and you surround a brick tool with it, you get the another version of it, which is even better. It's a very fun mod that adds some very simple stuff. It's probably one of the better material mods I've seen, especially on Mcreator, and it's a very creative mod. Moving on is a mod that sort of died in the new section on Mcreator. It's the Insanity the Abyss mod. It's a pretty cool mod, all things considered. It adds a biome called the Abyss, which is basically a toxic wasteland full of this sulfur sand and this acid wood trees. It also adds 2 new types of ores, the Scarlet ore and the Cryptix ore, which can make tools, ingots, all that jazz. Ugh, it's raining. Alright, now that that's taken care of, let's continue. This Cryptix, this Scarlet, and since it's very toxic there, you can craft a Scarlet helmet, which looks a little bit like scuba gear. That's because it kind of is. It sort of shields you from the toxic air. There are also 2 mobs you can find here, the Teoxcx, which is a toxic pig, and the Acider, which is a spider, but acid. But anyways, that's all for this mod. I'm going to have the wither effect for some time now. Next is probably one of my more favorite mods here. It is the Adventure plus Nature mod. As you can see, it's kind of big. It adds these 2 new kinds of ore variants to all of the ores, which are the rich ores and the weak ores, which respectively give you more or less material, depending on what you find. Oops. There you go. Now, I think these have some very, very nice textures. I really love how these look. It also adds 3 new stone variants, Rhyolite, Scoria, and Gabbro, which I hope I pronounced right. It also adds polished variants and walls, which I didn't put up there, but It also adds these little chunks, which I assume you get from the weak ores for everything, nuggets for diamond and emerald, as well as these nice fossil ores, which I'm not actually sure what they do. But they do look very nice. There are 3 variants of that and 3 variants of this item. It also adds this meteorite block, which I assume spawns in structures. It looks pretty cool. I do like that. Over here we have the new tree type, the carob tree or the carob tree. I actually don't know what it's supposed to be pronounced. Never heard of it before. but it adds these pretty nice faded looking planks, which I think they look pretty good. I think they would be good aesthetically in builds. And these leaves are very vibrant and would probably look nice in nature builds. Overall, a very nice, well-rounded mod which adds some good functionality and some very nice looking blocks to the game. Up next we have the More Ores mod, which adds 40 plus new kinds of ores into the game. Now these are all different ores, and I think that's all of them, but they also come with all of the tool and armor sets, as you can see from just scrolling down here. It is a massive mod. My only issue with it is they obviously use the Mcreator generation. Like, it automatically generates all of the variants for the ore, which means some of the textures look kind of the same. Like, look, this synthetic diamond looks the same as the plastic. You know, that sort of deal. But anyway, this mod could have been a little better polished. Like, again, synthetic diamond has no space in it. But overall, the idea is sound, and I assume with future updates it will begin to look better. The next mod I have to show is the Giant Swords mod, which adds, well, giant swords. It adds all of the normal variants, as well as an Ender Sword and a Skull Sword, which are crafted with their respective ingredients. These swords basically deal a lot of damage. The Diamond Sword does 10, the Ender Sword does 12, which is the best. It's a very nice mod, very simple, very functional. Now up next is the Alternative Equipment Repair Station mod. This mod is very, very small and adds a block for one specific purpose and one specific purpose only, and that is to repair items in a different way. Now I have this Diamond Sword, which has some damage taken out of it. And you get these experience tokens, which you can, in creative mode, you get a stack of them for free. But you put them in the gem slot, and you put the item you want to repair right here, and you click to repair it, and it repairs it, taking 1 gem. Your item does not need to be repaired. Yeah, I didn't damage it enough for it to do anything. But normally it would consume 1 XP token, and it would repair. I actually made the texture for the top of this block, this GUI right here. At least I helped make it. Anyways, moving right along, we have the Fuzzy's Random Stuff mod, which adds 6 new ores, 6 new kinds of stone, as well as all of the gems and stuff. I don't actually think... Yeah, the gems do not have tools or armor sets yet, but they do look pretty nice, especially in block form, even though they are just retextured diamond blocks. I think they do look very nice. It adds zircon, topaz, olivine, ametrine, jade, and tourmaline. And the stones that it adds are tectonite, trachyte, slate, tephrite, phosphorite, and amphibloite. However you pronounce that. Now, along with all these different blocks and ores that this adds, it also adds a lot of mobs. Alright, now I'm going to go through as many of these as I can, as quickly as possible. You can skip ahead if you don't want to see these. We have the Grey Drake, the Crimson Drake, the Green Dragon. God, these are loud. We have the Reef Shark. We have the Tiger Shark. We have the Grey Dragon. We have the Jungle Bones. God, this is laggy. The Rublum. The Swamp Wyvern. Alright, after that, I've decided I'm not going to go through all of them. Just know it adds a bunch of dragons and some other various creatures. Oh no! Okay. Well, that was a mistake. I accidentally killed all of the entities for the next mod I was going to show. Be right back. I am not going to go into this in like excruciating detail, but here we have the Simple Sorcery mod, which is a mod that adds a bunch of staffs and a bunch of spells into the game. Now, first thing I want to mention, these staffs do not work on their own. As you can see, if I try and right-click them to do a spell, it says try enchanting it. Now, if we go over here, these are just a taste of all the staffs. All these staffs have different classes that they atone to. Like, these 3 are wizard weapons, you've got the druid weapons, bards, druids, that sort of thing. So, we also, if you go over here, have a bunch of new enchantments. Now, if we go over here, I've already enchanted a few items with some enchantments. Here we have a cleric staff and a regular magical staff. As you can see, I enchanted the cleric staff with Heavenly Glow, which is a cleric spell, and the magical staff with Flash Frost, which is a level 3 wizard spell. Now, you might be wondering, how do you attain these staffs? Well, you can attain them by either crafting them, using recipes that are on the mod page and in just enough items if you're desperate. You can also find them in these structures, like this floating church up here, which was added in the latest update, the Cleric update. You can see it's actually a pretty nice place in general. You get some barrels with nothing in them. But up here at the very top is where you want to be, because there is this chest with some loot. For example, this holy wand, which already has some spells on it. So you can see if it has both spells on it, it will cast both of the spells at the same time. So you're going to want to be careful what you enchant, because you can't switch between them. Now over here in this one, there is another Cleric wand, which simply has Unbreaking 3. So as you can see, the enchantments on it vary greatly. But honestly, it's probably one of the best magic mods I've ever seen, especially on Mcreator. But anyways, that just about does it for this video. If you want to see some more Mcreator mods, please like this video and comment below which mods you want to see. All of these mods are for 1.15.2 Forge, so these are all very recent and will likely be updated with new features. So if you want to see more mods just like that, please make sure to comment down below any mods you might want. And I suppose I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.